Hello Scorpio, it's Lisa. How's everybody doing? I'm coming in, I'm doing a general reading for the month of December 2022. It's only general, so it's not going to resonate with everybody, but take what does, leave what doesn't. And let's see what we can find out for Scorpio. Alright. What does Scorpio need to know for December? What does Scorpio need to know for December? All right, we got the Six of Cups, the Hermit, the Ace of Swords, can you see this? The Seven of Pentacles, the Three of Wands, the Eight of Pentacles, the Ten of Pentacles, the Tower, and the Magician. All right, I'll take a look at this. We'll clarify with another deck and I'll pull a couple oracle cards at the end. All right, well, looks like right now you're feeling very nostalgic. I don't know if you're thinking about the way when you grew up or when somebody grew up. Doesn't really necessarily have to be you, but it could be somebody, a family member. If you have siblings or a child or anybody around you, if you're thinking about them as they grew up, like you're remembering back. But again, it could also be you, and you think about how you grew up, when you grew up, friends that you had then, how your family was then, different traditions, different values, different things that make you feel like home. And then we have the Hermit energy. This is weird because this is the theme for the month. Now it's December. And for a lot of people, it's the silly season. Things are hustle and bustle, getting kind of crazy. But I'm doing this right at the end of November. So I'm wondering if it's picking up on you with the feeling of maybe you had a lot of people around. Maybe it was around Thanksgiving or any other kind of celebrations that you had. And maybe right now you're kind of feeling like you wish you would like a little bit more alone, a little bit more isolated. Not really isolated, but you want to be a little less crowd. I don't know if that's going to happen, being December and all, but I feel like that's how you're kind of feeling about it because you were maybe overdone a little bit in November. And we'll see when we find out. That's Ace of Swords. This is like a primary goal for you. You're really thinking about something. Maybe something came to you. You have a new idea. You have like a mental clarity on something in your life. Could be about your work, could be about anything, any aspect really. And I feel like you want to try to make this more than just a spark, more than just a thought. You want to actually build it into something else. Now the Seven of Pentacles. This is like having the energy of doing something you know needs to be done, that can be done. You've done it for a while. You build on it and build on it and build on it. And now I think you're sitting here feeling like, is it worth it? Should I do something else? So I feel like you're really trying to decide if you want to continue on the path that you're on, or if you really want to try, maybe going another way. All right. So there's Three of Wands. This tells me that you just recently might have got out of your comfort zone, and now you're willing to, just keep pushing through because good things are coming. Because, see, if you've ever seen the traditional deck, it's the guy's got the the two wands, and he's still in the castle. He's very safe, he's secure, don't have no worries, you know. But when you have the three of wands, now it's like you're kind of looking at what else is there. And I feel like for you, it might be not that you didn't think there was stuff. I know you knew there was stuff that you could do, that you could learn, that you could be around. But maybe now, at this time in your life, you're seeing that it's more possible. And it might be with that Ace of Swords energy, you know, having that clarity. Like, oh, I don't have to just stay here. I could do this and this, or I could actually just leave this and go there. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like you're having that, you know, internal squabble with yourself. Well, this is like mundane work. You know, it's something that you're very good at it. You know it. You've done it forever. It's meticulous, and you don't cut any corners. And the weird thing is that this is coming up in the section of the reading of avoid, and it's almost like it's saying avoid this kind of work. Maybe this is not your wheelhouse. Maybe, you know, for you to be somebody who just like types in data, or somebody who just does something very, very routine and mundane, and just, you know, it's like day in and day out, it's the same thing. You know, what just flashed into my head, on Friends, if you ever watch Friends, they have Chandler, whatever it is he does, he's always got a dewiness, or, you know, and they were having that contest between all of them, and they thought they didn't even know what his job was, and they're like a transponster, transponding numbers, from what I gather. So I'm feeling like that might not be your thing. You know, not that it wasn't before, but maybe right now, because you're thinking about something pretty different. It's not what you want now, or it's not going to be good for you right now, because maybe you're just feeling like a little bit, I'm bored, I don't want to do this. So we'll see. And I do have this, wow, 10 of Pentacles. So you got strong ideas about what you actually do want, though. And this is pretty much like what you're holding on to this. I mean, it's in reality, it's like came up in the section of what to embrace. I mean, that could be a person, that could be an idea, that could be, you know, whatever. But I feel like with this coming up for you, this is a goal that you actually want to get. You want to embrace this. It doesn't always have to be money. I mean, it could be money. It could be, you know, where you're getting a lot of money from an inheritance, even a lottery, something like that. Or you're just building really fast on an idea, or just, you know, hard work, and you get this kind of money. And it doesn't have to be like, you know, like unmentionable amounts of money, but it could just be being secure enough that you don't always have to worry about your dollars. You're not thinking about money all the time, because you know it'll be there. You keep doing what you're supposed to do, and it'll be there. But I feel like that's what you're thinking about. So when you're just making this decision about whether, you know, it's worth it to keep going with this, but you want to try something else because you really don't want to be bored anymore, you know, I think that's when you start putting it into your mind, like, well, is this really, you know, again, like what do I really want to do? This tower, you know what? This tower is so... Something's going to come in. It's going to surprise you. In whatever way it comes in. It doesn't always have to be like so life-altering that, you know, it's going to take you a while to pick up and move on. It could be. I mean, it definitely could be. And for some of you, it might be. But for some of you, it might just be something in your mind that kind of crumbles. Like if you have an idea or a thought or a memory, you know, something that you always thought was the way it was. And then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, it's not. You find out something differently. And that, even though this looks like such a dramatic card, well, it doesn't in the traditional one, but even though it looks so dramatic, it doesn't have to be that dramatic. It could just be like, wow, dang, that's not true. In one of those senses. Like, it doesn't have to be that. But if it is that, you know, again, it's going to be different for everybody. Take it how it resonates. But either way, keep this in mind as like a heads up It's like, if that's the case, if you're in any kind of situation where that might be the issue, you want to keep a heads up, for whatever could be going on. Oops. Now this Magician, this is like, what you have everything you need to take on the next step for whatever it is that you're going up against. You have the experience, you have the resources that you need. This could be somebody around you that you go to for advice. They give you encouragement. You're throwing ideas at them, and they're letting you know whether they think are good ideas or they're not. If you want to keep pursuing it, maybe this is where you go to, just to find out what they think. If it's a person. If not, it's you. And it's just you going ahead and saying, well, I can handle this. And you're going to go through your mind and say, well, what is it that I actually need, and realize that you have it. Let's see. What are these ones? All right. Let's see what else we could tell Scorpio. Okay, these cards are falling out of place. All right, hold on. I keep saying I have to get a new table because it always worked before. It has like a rubbery top. It doesn't work that well anymore. It's kind of getting on my nerves. I'll have to get on that. Anyhow, all right, let's see. What can we tell Scorpio about the Six of Cups? We've got the Six of Pentacles, the King of Swords, and the Death card. All right, well, it looks like something's changing. Possibly something in your environment, something in your family situation. And I feel like you always... Now, if this King of Swords is coming up as your energy, just fair. You're firm but fair. Honest and analytical. You're going to go with your mind space instead of your heart space for most things. If this is you, this could also be somebody around you. But there's going to be a change in... I feel like there's going to be a change in somebody's family. Something's going to be changed in the family area. But I feel like it's almost like a situation where that things are still going to be even. They're still going to be fair. They're going to be balanced. Whatever it is that you're looking at, once the change comes in, you're going to be very aware of it and how to handle it. And I don't know if this is directly, your direct family, or if it's just somebody around you's family. But I feel like something about family is going to be changing. What about this Hermit? Got the Six of Wands, the High Priestess, and the Four of Swords. Huh. All right, well, I feel like whatever the situation was that you felt like you needed to get away and just give yourself a little bit of time for, some inner space, just quiet. I feel like when that happened, whatever it was that was causing you to feel like just not in a bad mood, just kind of like harried, just very harried, very chaotic. And I feel like it's almost like a success. And this reference came to me before, last month actually. And I don't know if it was for you guys, but that National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation, where, like Clark, he's like, I did it. And I feel like whatever it is, maybe you had the holiday at your house, maybe, you were involved in it somehow more intricately than just a guest. And I feel like you feel like it, yeah, I did it. I'm going to rest now. And that's actually with this Four of Swords. and taking the time to relax and not have to worry about, anything going on right now. Whatever life is going to go on as it is, and you're not worried about what's happening right now because you did what you wanted to do, you did what you needed to do, and now you're just going to be able to chill and take it easy. And maybe for whatever reason you'll go within a little bit more just to think about things, and that's what happens. We just want to take a break and maybe not be on social media and not be communicating very much. And I don't think it's like a long standing I'm not communicating. I think it's probably just probably a couple days, just so I'm gonna breathe out for a little bit. All right, what is this Ace of Swords? All right, you got the Seven of Wands, the Two of Wands, and the Two of Pentacles. So whatever this idea is that you're like cultivating in your head, and I told you that Two of Wands came up because I think that's where you're thinking about it. You got that idea, that breakthrough, and you were still in your comfort space. And whether it was the job that you do, the work that you do in some way, and I feel like you're defending yourself, maybe your thoughts, your opinions. Maybe some people are saying things to you like, that's not really a good idea, it's not a real good time right now, that kind of thing. And I feel like you just feel like you have to just keep defending your opinion on the situation. So what about this? Or it could be from you too. You could be actually doing that to yourself. The Seven of Coins. That's the Seven of Coins. Got the Sun, the Strength, and the Nine of Coins. Well, it looks like once you decide however you're going to go with this, it's going to be, you're going to be happy about it. You're going to be like, I can do this. I felt like this when you put the Three of Wands. I'm like, this is like excitement that you can actually do this. Step out of that comfort zone and just do something otherwise. And you're going to feel really good about it. You're going to be confident about it. You're going to be very strong about it. You're going to have, there's going to be some issues. Everything has issues. When you start something new, when you try to restart something, there's issues. And I feel like you're just going to be really, really happy about it to be starting it. Or to have decided on it, actually. I won't even say to start it, just to decide on it. We got the Hermit again, the Star, and the Ten of Pentacles. Well, again, because with the High Priestess popping up and the Hermit's popping up again, you're still going in. You're going within and you're just like, am I really doing this? Do I really want to do this? Is this something that, is it going to be an undertaking that's going to mess things up for me? Or is it going to be something that I'm going to be able to get past? But I feel like you have a lot of hope in that. You're like, you have a lot of faith in whatever the idea is. And I feel like that it's going to be, like the Ten of Pentacles come up here too. So you have that in your mind of what can happen. And again, like I said, it could be, amazing money, or it just could be just the continual inflow of money that keeps you comfortable. Let's see, what's the Eight of Pentacles? The Fool. The Ten of Swords. And the Hierophant. That is so interesting. All right, so I feel like that's what's going to happen. You are going to probably, you have free will, but it's very possible that you do decide to go on a new path. And with that Ten of Swords, it's like, okay, something ended. So this situation ended. The meticulous work, this no cutting corners, this, transponder stuff. And with the Hierophant, I really do. You're feeling very spiritual about your situation. And you want to just keeping your faith, keeping up your prayers or your whatever it is that you're doing, because you want to be successful, but you also want to make sure you don't lose things that are important, whether that be home, income, food. And again, it's going to be different for everybody. What about this Ten of Pentacles? the Knight of Cups, the Five of Swords, and the Ten of Cups. There may be, I'm just thinking to the Hierophant could also reference marriage. So, again, it's probably not for all of you, but maybe somebody's married and they are concerned with the situation that if they do take this different step, there might be kind of obstacles there that are going to affect the marriage a little bit. Maybe your partner doesn't want you to take the risk and just stick with what you know because everything's fine. So why do you want to go? Why do you want to do that? Why do you want to throw things? It make things risky. You don't have to do that where everything's fine right now. But except for the fact that you don't like the work that you're doing anymore. So I feel like with the cups and the Ten of Cups, I feel like there's going to be some kind of conversation. You're going to be thinking about it. Hopefully you'll be having a discussion about it. And, somebody's going to maybe put their foot down, or they're going to just be more stronger than the other person, possibly. And hopefully you'll be able to talk it out before anything comes to it that's not, that's going to mess up the relationship. But that, again, that's only for some of you. The Tower. What about the Tower? Got the Eight of Wands. Ooh, the World. Nice. And the Four of Pentacles. It feels like whatever happens that causes this Tower moment, I don't speak well, causes this Tower moment, it's going to be fast. It's going to be you did not see it happening. It just poof, which with the Tower you almost never do. All is around the completion. It's around something that you've achieved. And I feel like, wow, with these energies, it's almost like you don't want to give up too much. I'm telling you, I hate this table. You don't want to give up too much. You're trying to hold things tight to yourself. But things are going on the right path. So I feel like as fast as it's going, maybe you're just trying to hold, you could be holding money. Okay, well, whatever we're going to do, we got to hold money because I'm not going to be doing this anymore, which was what I was doing, so it's going to be something different. Or it could just be whatever material things, it doesn't have to be, it could be energy, could be time, energy, effort. So I feel like you're going to be holding things in for whatever reason, for, however you had to do it, because it did happen fast. And so you're just not caught off guard. And, it doesn't tell me how that works out. That's going to be individually to every person. What about this Magician? Let me tell you about the Magician. Oops. The Empress, my dog. Empress. Oh, the Wheel of Fortune. And the Nine of Swords. Even though you're on the right path, however it was, whether you decided to change, how you made a living or how, whatever it is that you did, there was still stress. There's still going to be anxiety. You're not going to get past that you can't start something new like that and not have some anxiety. But I feel like you do want something to start. With this Empress, this is about, wanting things to grow. Whether it be a business, whether it be a job opportunity, whatever the situation is. And with the Wheel of Fortune here, it's kind of just, the Wheel of Fortune is it's a karmic wheel, honestly. It's just a matter of what you put out is what you're going to get back. And it's probably a cycle ending. Feels like a cycle ending. But once it ends, whenever your next cycle happens, and we'll see how that works. But I just feel like, they're still going to be stressed out. You're still going to be wanting to make something happen. And, not sure whether you're doing it right, but I feel like you have a good idea. Communication is key. Oh, I don't talk well. And take time to breathe out. That kind of like says everything about this. You know, when you had this whole I did it moment with whatever the chaos was. And communication. So if there is, and I said it's not going to be for all of you, but there are going to be some of you that have to talk with somebody for whatever this is going to be. And, you know, make sure you communicate. And it doesn't have to be a relationship. It could be, you know, platonic. It could be a roommate. It could be family members that you live with. You know what I mean? Just like something, you know, you got to make sure you're keeping people in the loop. Oh, consciousness. Isn't that nice? And creativity. All right. So I feel like that might have a lot to do with it too. If you're feeling really creative, you want to like make something or get involved in something that's on the creative realm. And where you have to use a lot of, you know, subconscious mind thoughts. All right. Okay. I hope you understood that because I know it got slurry. But if you liked it, if you could give me a thumbs up, subscribe, and I will be seeing you back in a couple weeks. I'll talk to you later. Bye.